Hi, good morning, everyone, and happy World Health Day. Thank you for joining me. My name is Krisha Serbo, also known as the Giant Slayer, and I am excited today to talk about how your health is not an expense, but it's actually an investment. And joining me today, I'm going to have a special guest. I like to call her the K Lady, but she is Narissa, and she has a passion for growing healthy food. She has a passion for health, and I want her to come today to share some of that with us. But if you missed our Style Your Life episode on Thursday, I want to encourage you to go back and to look at my first interview talking about health, because there's no way that we can live in purpose, there's no way that we can have a purposeful life and really do all that we want to do, accomplish all those goals, accomplish all those dreams without having our health. So it's high time that we take our health seriously. It's high time that we make our health a priority and we really do what is necessary to become healthy beings. One of my Massimi Elite students, Jocelyn, she always says live life well and on purpose, and I want to say that health is an ingredient that is necessary to live in purpose. There's no way that you can live in purpose without having your health. Good morning. So you guys have to take health seriously and begin to really take steps towards progressing to a lifestyle change, progressing towards healthy living, developing healthy habits, doing making changes in your lifestyle that will benefit not only you but your family and generations to come. So in honor of World Health Day, we're gonna have a special guest today, and I'm gonna be chatting with her and we're gonna be talking about health. Now, I am not the health expert. Maybe I can help you with having a healthy mind. Maybe I can help you with pushing through pushing past pain and passionately pursuing purpose. But I stay in my lane and I let the people who do what they do best walk in their lane. So I'm excited today for her to come on. I'm just waiting for her to join us, and then we're gonna jump in and dive into the talk. I want to hear all about this. My health is an investment and not an expense. And let me share with you guys, sometimes we think, okay, I have time to get healthy, I'm gonna do it next month. Every Monday we're going to start healthy living and we're going to start that diet. Every Monday we're going to begin, and we always procrastinate concerning our health. Anybody relate to what I'm saying? Are you procrastinating concerning your health? You want to say, okay, today is the last day I'm going to have this burger and fries. Today is the last day I'm going to eat fried chicken. From next week or from Monday, we're going to begin this healthy lifestyle, and we're going to begin having all these changes, and you procrastinate about those changes that you plan. Every new year, every January, we go on this renewed mindset and we say, oh, I'm gonna be healthy this year, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds, I'm gonna lose the weight. But really, in essence, what we need to really adopt is a healthy lifestyle. And of course it takes time, of course it is progressive, but you have to take the steps necessary to move closer towards living healthier. And today we want to talk about health. Yes, we are concerned about our purpose. Yes, we want to know what that purpose is. Yes, we want to live and walk in that purpose. But we need to have our bodies, guys. We need to have these vessels. Self-care begins with really taking care of our temple. Yes, we do the nails and the makeup. We get the nice bundles and we take care of the exterior. But today, we are diving in with our special guest talking about taking care of the interior. And I saw her just pop on, so I'm just waiting so that I can add her into the stream and we can begin talking about your health is your investment, not an expense. Anybody ready? If you're ready for this live today, if you're ready for this interview, please do say ready. Give me a hello in the comments. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know if you're moving towards a healthy lifestyle. Let me know if your health is a priority for you today, as I wait for Narissa to join us and we come in and we do a dialogue about this your health being an investment. And one of the awesome things about Narissa, I call her the kale lady, right? Because that's what I think of when I think of Narissa, because she is one that grows organic kale, and then she has founded a business which ties in her passion and her purpose, and she is now being the forerunner or the front runner for telling people about growing their own food, how you can do it, and really living that healthy lifestyle. So let me see if I can get her on with us. Narissa, are you able to join us? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm trying to see if our guest is coming on, if she's able to join us this morning. Your health is your investment. So let's see. Let me see if I can pull her into the screen. Okay, so we should have Narissa on camera in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey!
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I am
I was just
good.
babbling and waiting for them to meet you, but I'm just gonna open the floor for you to tell them who you are and what we're gonna talk about today.
Hi, everybody. My name's Narissa Philip Peters. I am a health coach, but I am also an organic farmer. So most of our conversations today would be around growing food, right? My business is called Holistically You, where we help young ladies, women find a balance in their health and wellness journey, right? So everyone would aspire to want to become healthier, and we are here to help you achieve that.
Yes.
Right? And along the way, we're going to nurture your body. That's where our food comes in, you know? So that's us in a nutshell, helping everybody to learn proper nutrition, ensure that they get a lot of physical activity into their lifestyle. But outside of those two things, we also promote stress management and self-love, because we realize those two things are lacking a lot for a lot of young ladies, and that affects our health. That really does affect.
Good morning, LaDonna. Thanks for joining us. So you say this thing that your health is an investment, not an expense. I want you to dive into that, and let's just discuss that little quote that I see you using today.
Yes, a lot of times when you tell people about healthy eating or just doing a few things extra health-wise, a few things health-wise, they always complain that it's too much money, it's costly, you know, but they wouldn't hesitate to go get their nails done, or they wouldn't hesitate to go buy a new outfit, or they wouldn't hesitate, you know, all these different things. But when it's time to invest in their health, it's always an expense, it's always an excuse. And I'm not saying that being healthy doesn't cost, you know, but it's a lot cheaper than having to go pay the doctor after when something happens. Those bills are really, really expensive.
Doctor bills are crazy. So I love that you say that, because when it comes to health and eating organic, I want you to talk about that eating organic, because it seems like everything in the grocery store, once you see organic, there's a different price category. And once people hear that term organic, there's this thought that, wow, this has to be a lot or it's going to be costly. Let's just talk about that old organic term.
Well, the term is actually used quite loosely. A lot, because there is a lot that would actually have to go into it in terms of testing and, you know, getting all those documentation side of things done. But generally speaking, it's basically you're not using harmful pesticides. The whole process of how it's grown is a lot different. You no chemicals, no hormones, all these different things that actually affect our health in the first place. You know, those things are not put into the food. You let it go through its natural growth process, and you apply as much bio pesticides and stuff as much as possible. I'll be talking about one of those a little later on that you all could actually use at home. in terms of
Wow.
using stuff from within the kitchen to help with your own kitchen gardens to get rid of some of the pests. Yeah, so
Right.
it's basically along those lines. It is a lot costlier, so you would see that the foods would be a bit on the higher end side because, of course, when you're trying to be as healthy as possible, all those seem to be a lot more expensive than just going and throwing some chemicals on your food and saying, right,
Right.
it's a pet,
And
you know.
I have this I'm kind of skeptical because, like, when I see this term organic, how do I know that on the back end, the one who is selling me this organic stuff is not just labeling organic, but it's just the regular stuff with the pesticides? So I am a little bit, I'm like, oh, I might as well just do the ordinary, which may be kind of wrong, but like, I have this whole reservation when I see organic because I feel as if people are not really honest about if
Yes,
they use pesticides or so.
yes, yes. And I myself was the same. And that's one of the reasons why the one side of my business started growing our food as well, so that we could provide it to the public because of that same issue. Um, for those who don't know, we do provide organic kale to persons in Trinidad presently, all over the country. And one of the reasons why we chose to go into that realm is because things like flooding and stuff affect your produce. And the reality is some persons would still sell you that, right? That took place with the last flood that we had. Yeah. You know that a lot of people were getting sick and stuff like that. And one of the bulletins that came out was don't sell those foods that got caught in the flood because you don't know what chemicals, what fecal matter, you know, all these different things that would be parts of flood waters. You don't know how that would affect your food. So the idea is those things are supposed to get thrown away, right?
Wow, I did not know
Yeah,
that. And I see LaDonna says it's just like talking about gluten free, and you see
yes.
gluten free everywhere. Like, I don't even know what that means. So, can you just highlight or give us a little insight on this whole gluten free?
A couple of persons are sensitive and some are actually allergic altogether. So they'd have things like celiac disease, and that affects how they are able to process the gluten within their body. So they'd have things like leaky gut, they'd feel upset, they'd have the bloating, their body wouldn't be able to absorb the nutrients from the food that they are eating properly. So they'd be feeling sick a lot of times. They tell themselves, but I'm eating properly and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but why am I still sick? It's because their body can't actually absorb the food properly because their system cannot process it. So,
Wow.
and a lot of persons are actually allergic to it now than ever before, right? So you'd see a
Wow.
lot of places selling gluten-free products now to assist with that. Yeah.
So I know you talk about growing your own food, and I said to the viewers earlier, I call you the kale lady because when I think of Narissa, all I see is kale. So I know that you grow and you're developing your own organic kind of backyard garden. So I want you to share with our viewers about that and tell us how we can begin to even grow our own food.
Okay, no problem. Oh, you know, I almost forgot. Happy World Health Day, everybody. um, just to go back a little bit, the topic, the message for this year's World Health is affordable healthcare for all, right?
I like that.
And now, you know, a lot of people, when they hear that, they think about just hospitals and making sure you can have access to pills and that kind of thing. But one of the things that I advocate is putting money into agriculture, because if you actually eat properly and have the right foods, that in itself would help your body to always be functioning properly, so you wouldn't necessarily get sick in the first place, right? So it's
Mm.
about having a pharmacy as opposed to a pharmacy, right?
Ah, I love it.
So in terms of our kale, we use a vertical hydroponic system. So basically everything is stacked. So a lot of people, when they see the post, you'll see everything up on these pillars. Nothing is on the ground, right? And again, it goes back to things like flood and pests and that kind of thing, I'm making sure that from start to finish, it's as organic as possible.
Okay.
We set our own seeds. We use cocoa peat. Once they start to germinate, we transfer them into the pots. And we don't use harsh chemicals of any kind. Everything that we use is bio, right? So basically, if we put something on the stuff today, you could literally eat it by tomorrow. But we still don't do that. We make sure it's a couple of days, it gets into the plants, they're good, they're washed out, all those things before we actually provide it to everybody, because everything is bio, nothing chemical of any kind, right? Because whatever you all eat, I'm eating. I eat kale every day. It's in my salads, it's in my smoothies, it's in my fried rice, it's in everything, right? And I get my kids and everybody else to eat it as well, and my family eats it. So everything that I would take in is what you all would take in. But back to the system, from the environmental side and whatnot, it's off the ground. So in terms of the potential for flood, it still wouldn't get affected because nothing is in the normal earth soil, right? And then we also save it on space, so we could actually have more plants. You could actually grow more plants and have more food to provide for everybody, right?
Nice.
And you could use the same system that we're using for a home garden. It's a little costly in the beginning, but it will really
worth it, right? It's an investment.
Would be a lot of fun. Yes. And one of the reasons we chose to start with kale has so many amazing health benefits. Really, really, really good product in terms of things like, we have vitamin K, vitamin A, vitamin C, basically a lot of anti-inflammatory agents.
Okay.
So it will help to balance off the body. Things like removing toxins from the body and that kind of thing. So it will also help with that as well, So that's one of the reasons why we chose to go that route. Now, the one that we actually grow is called Dacado. Because a couple of people message me and they're like, but that doesn't look like the one that I've seen. The leaves are a little different. There are different varieties, and the one that we chose to go with was this one, right? So it's a lot curlier. Yeah.
Nice. It looks good.
Like a little tree. So yeah, so adding them to your food, to your normal meals and stuff is really, really simple. Like I said, you could use them in smoothies. You could cut them up. You could add them to things like your fried egg. Your fried rice. One of the persons who bought recently said they put it in spring rolls. So you basically put it in anything. It works just like pak choy. So it's pretty simple.
Can you use it in salads? Is it something that you have to cook, or can you have it raw?
Well, that's the only thing, and I always advise my customers when they buy they initially purchase from me, because again, health first.
Yes.
Everything else after.
Of course.
For persons who don't have thyroid issues, they can't eat it raw. They can't eat it as a salad.
Wow.
Right? Okay. There are basically all sorry, all I'm going to pronounce this word wrong. I always pronounce it wrong. Cruciferous. All
you got it.
Vegetables. That's things like broccoli, pak choy, cabbage, kale, etc. For persons who have thyroid issues, this would affect how their thyroids would function.
Okay.
That's in conjunction with other things, of course. But again, they need to pay attention to that. So for them, I always advise that they cook their kale before they eat it.
Okay.
But generally speaking, for persons who are healthy and who don't have those issues, they can eat it as just a salad. You know, we when we're cooking it, sometimes we just wash it out and we can eat it just like that. Our own, how we've treated it, it literally tastes like a plum. A local Trinidad plum, that is. It literally tastes like a plum. It's not overly bitter at all, and that's how it shocks a lot of people, how different the taste is. Because
Yes,
again, it
because
goes
I've had
back
your
to how.
case and it really is good. So Larissa, if I wanted to start growing my food organically, how would you suggest that I even begin this whole journey? What should I set up? What should I grow first? Give me some tips on that.
Yes, better late than never. uh, in terms of growing, there are a lot of different ways. Some of the basic ones, after we buy bottled water or all these different things, you have all these little containers. So from a recycling perspective, you could recycle the containers and use them as
Okay.
plant pots, right? Or if you want to go on a bit larger scale, you have the construction blocks that you could make into a small square, well, whatever space that you have available.
Use your
So
space,
like,
right?
use your space, and it's raised, and you can actually use the holes within the construction blocks as well to separate out your different herbs and whatnot that you'd want to grow. And you
Nice.
start from there. So you get your soil, your potting soil, you put it in. You could either start with seeds, or when you're in your kitchen, those leftover parts from your seasonings and stuff like that, you could just stick those in, and they will eventually catch and they'll start growing, right? So you
Really?
could do that as well. Yeah, and like when you take the seeds out from your sweet peppers and all these different things, throw it in there, they'll grow.
I never knew that. Wow. Okay. That's a great tip, guys. I hope you all have been taking notes.
You have those options as well. I have seen where they've used the used coconut,
Yes.
they've used that, and they've put the whatever you want to grow in there, and then you put it in the soil, so it has the extra nutrients. So when it starts to break down, so they'll be able to absorb it. Um,
Nice.
so you plant them, you water them, you give them love. I talk to plants because they're my kids.
My mom always says that. Talk to your plants. Give them love.
You make sure that you put in the effort. It's not like a chore, basically. And you check on them every so often. Make sure that they have water. Make sure that they're not getting too much sunlight, because some of them could dry out a lot faster, especially during the dry season for us here in Trinidad. So you pay attention to where you're placing your garden as well. Right, so make sure they're not getting too much water and too much dry. They want to be balanced, like us. They need to be balanced in when they're growing, because if they get too much water, then they would rot. Or as they start growing, their roots would rot because the water becomes waterlogged, right? So you wouldn't want that to happen. So you
Right.
try to spot that they could grow. Like I learned the hard way the other day, and that's more because I was rushing. I set some seeds and I left them outside, and rain fell, and none grew, because I think the heaviness of the rain falling and
Yes.
it all about,
Wow.
so into those there.
So Narissa, tell us, where did this passion for even, health, being an organic pharmacy, as you say, where did this really come from?
Well, I studied environmental science and chemistry in college. So, and
Oh.
I was in charge of the greenhouse. So I've always been surrounded by plants, and I really do enjoy it, But within recent years, after I became a health coach, I was trying to figure out, well, what's an avenue to go into outside of just the basics of health coaching?
Right.
And I realized that at the end of the day, everything starts from the inside out, and you have to make sure that the stuff that you're eating is good.
Right.
So I would say earth food is life. So literal earth food, And recently on the market, you've only hearing about plastic food and fake food,
Oh my goodness.
and all the hormones and all these things, and those things affect you, because back in the day, a lot of our grandparents and they didn't get sick that often.
Right. And they live longer.
Exactly. Why are so many people having cancer and all these different things? Where is that coming from? And it stems from all the hormones and extra stuff that's getting pumped into the food. So you're taking it in. As it starts to accumulate as you grow, it starts to affect everything. So what doesn't develop properly within your system and that kind of thing, you know? So that was where the passion came to actually start the
Yes.
farming side of things, that we could provide as organically as possible food for everybody. You
I
know,
love that.
making sure that you all don't get all the harmful chemicals and stuff in your system. And it
Wow.
also is because most of our kale, it lasts for weeks.
It does.
You know,
I mean, I
it
have this
lasts.
thing in the fridge, and like normal vegetables, it will wilt after a couple days. It'll be frozen. They melt. All kind of strange things. And I had this kale for like a while. I mean, I think I forgot about it actually, and it was still good after weeks.
Yeah, no, we don't pump any kind of chemicals and stuff into it, and it stays. And I always tell people that, like, so after a few days it's going to spoil, right? I'm like, no.
Hi, Andrew.
I put it in my fridge sometimes for 2 weeks, because depending on how much I have, and it's still good. It's still good. So yeah.
Wow. I mean, I just love this, and I love that today on World Health Day, because I didn't even know that you made me aware that we are really talking about pursuing that healthy lifestyle. I was sharing before you came on that people think it's so difficult to live healthy, and they
Yeah,
think that it's so, as you say, expensive. And but I mean, I think it's more expensive to eat unhealthy than have these major health problems, and then at
exactly.
that point is when people want to live healthy, when it's already like
Exactly.
kind of far gone.
Yes. Yes. And it's simple stuff, you know. Um, for all the diseases, a lot of them that that comes up, diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, etc., all the ones that we're accustomed to. One of the first things they always tell you is change your diet.
Yeah.
You know, now I use the word diet very loosely, because when people hear diet, it's restrictions. But
Diet.
change your eating habits, you know. Um, simple things. Add more water. That's something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't drink water. They would drink a lot of soda. Yes, somebody's guilty over there of all the coffee. You know, but again, everything in moderation. But you know, your body needs the water to flush your system, to get the cells to be able to function properly. Our body is made up predominantly of water. The cells is basically water. So in order to be able to get everything done, you need to make sure that it has the right amount. Otherwise, it's going to look for a reason.
Just call me out, right? Just call me.
Have you had your water today? That's one of the simplest ones. Just adding more water. And I mean, you don't overwhelm yourself with like, okay, I normally drink 1 glass, let me go drink 10. No, you wouldn't do it like that. But over a period of time, you just add more as the days progress. And for
Wow.
persons who don't like the taste of water, because you know, depending on who drinks tap water, who drinks bottled water, everyone has a little difference in taste. You can infuse it with different fruits, so you'll get extra benefits out of it as well, right? For those who would forget to drink the water altogether, don't put it in, or you know, there's a couple of apps that you could use as well. You put it on your phone, do something to get the reminders in there. But you're on work and you're usually by a computer, set that schedule on your computer, so every so often it will pop up. You know, every time you get up to go use the bathroom, okay, let me drink a glass of water. Little ways to remind yourself, okay, get that into your system.
Right.
That's one. And then after that, now, just like Jocelyn mentioned the other day, crowd it out. Simple things, just add a few over time until you get accustomed. You don't like vegetables, just add one.
Right.
Just one.
Just
Add
one.
one. Just one, yes. Literally, just add one additional to what you normally eat. Put in one and see if you like it. You may not, maybe because of how you prepped it, but okay, you try that one. Then have another one. And so you go every so often. Or you could just do a smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just put everything in there.
Everything in the morning, you get your servings and you're good to go. Well, it's simple ways. You don't have to do everything all at once. You really don't have to do everything all at once, you know?
Good.
But it's just a matter of starting. That's one of the hardest parts. Is
I
just
mean, and you
start.
all are raising our awareness, and I just love this because we are seeing simple ways that we can make changes so that healthy living can be a lifestyle. And
Yes.
I always you are one that stands out because, of course, in the group purpose diaries, we sure to hear from Narisia, and I just love your commitment, even to the group, even to helping us, even to giving those reminders and stuff like that. So I want to shift you a little bit from us talking about health, but just mesh it with the support of the group, how you're able to, actually stand and do all of this, and even help us, the ones who are pursuing purpose, living your purpose, and really being an inspiration to the group, because you are like one of our top contributors. Yes. And we just love hearing from you. So share for those who may or may not be in the group, some of the benefits, and you just share from your heart.
I love Krishna. I absolutely do. I love the group.
I love you too, girl.
I mentioned to them, I think it was earlier this year, I literally just found the group by chance. Or was it divine intervention by God? But
Wow.
I just found the group last year. And from then to now, wow. Because, there are lots of days when I'm tired. When I tell people my schedule, they look at me like I'm crazy. But
Yes.
there are lots of days when I'm tired and I'm like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I give up. But then I'm always reminded of all these people who there, who waiting to hear from me, who like, what's going on today? Come on, let's go. Everybody else is a motivator for me, to remind me, you could do this, that what you're doing makes sense.
And we
It's
need that.
at least
Yes.
one person. And I'm able to step out of my comfort zone because Christian knows. So I've learned to stop hiding
Yes.
behind pictures and all these different things, and actually go out and show stuff and showcase the things that the business is doing and that we're doing at Holistically You, to get everybody on a healthier journey. So the group is awesome. The group is absolutely awesome. You get a lot of motivation. You get a lot
Yes.
of information. Not only for your internal and building your
Yes.
spirit and stuff like that, but in terms of business and going forward and being better. You definitely do learn to push past pain.
And passionately pursue purpose, right? Now, I want you to share for those who are watching us as we are about to wrap up. How can they find you? How can they get their kale? How can they learn more about these organic gardens and all this goodness that you have? Share with our viewers how they can get in contact with you, because they need to.
I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram presently. We're still working on our website.
Good.
So hopefully that would be up before the end of the second quarter.
Yes.
But on Facebook, if you do a search, it's going to be Holistically UTT. You'll see my face when you do the search. So it's easy to find. And on Instagram, it's holistically_you_TT. And you'll find us there as well. Yeah.
Good.
I will post in the comments after about
of course.
the organic pesticide that I mentioned. But basically, it's hot peppers. It's a blend. Hot peppers, garlic, water, and a few other things in there. And you you blend it up, and then you add it to water, and then you put that over your soil and your vegetables, and it would prevent a lot of the pests from coming when you're doing your home garden.
Wow.
Now, don't scorpion pepper and stuff, those things are super hot.
Yeah.
Because then and all will end up being hot, and then you can't, touch it and stuff. But it's also, when you're picking them, make sure that you wash it out before you use it, because remember, it'll have pepper and stuff on it. But I will post the recipe in
Please do. We need that. Well, Narisia, I want to thank you so much for doing this interview with me today, for us highlighting Holistically UTT. We will also put the links down below in the comments so you guys can get in contact with her. And we challenge you on this World Health Day to begin your kitchen garden, begin
Yes.
growing organically. If you're like me, that you're afraid that in the grocery, when they say organic, they're really cheating, you can begin to grow your own organic
Yes, you
food.
can. Yes, you
And,
can.
just let's begin to live life healthier, to really take care of our bodies and to pursue health. So, Narissa, if you have any closing words before we end for our viewers.
Guys, your health is your wealth. It's not as expensive as you might think, because if you have to go to the doctor, it's going to cost you way more, and start small. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with doing a lot of things all at once. Baby
Right.
steps. The way it took us a long time to get where we are now, it will take the same baby steps to get us back to where we'd like to be. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't get downtrodden or anything like that, in terms of you're not seeing any progress. You will get it over time. And there are people like myself and even Jocelyn and all the others out there who will help you to get where you want to go. We want a little extra motivation that you need, a little love.
We need it.
You can reach out to us as well.
We sure do need it. So I thank you guys again for joining us. Make sure that you guys share this information out. We thank you for being a part of this interview. I want to thank you again, Narissa, for doing this with me and for sharing this information. You have literally, my mind is blowing concerning health, and I'm really going to be making conscious decisions because of you and Jocelyn. Being there, just telling us, okay, drink your water, eat healthier, crowd out the unhealthy foods, and just begin living a better lifestyle. So thank you again.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Enjoy your Saturday.
I will. You too, guys.
Bye.